Hey YouTube, Victor here with alltimegreats.blog, hoping this video is finding you well. Well, today I just want to real quickly just share with you my ballot for the 2021 YouTube Hall of Fame. But first, I'd like a word with Mike Moynihan. I've been following your channel for a lot of years, and I've been following this YouTube Hall of Fame since 2018. I've been a big fan of it, only because I feel like it's been very productive for me anyways. Really how I got started in the community and finding other channels, and those channels led to other channels, and that's how it really all started for me in the YouTube community. So because of that, I find it tremendously valuable to have this type of thing. Also, I think that, content creators, it's a labor of love. It's one that goes unnoticed a lot of times, and I think it's healthy for the community to affirm one another. And so in that aspect, I think it's a great thing. Now, over the years, Mike, you have said and done some things that have really upset the apple cart, per se. But what I like, Mike, is that you've owned up to it. And I have a belief that says, whoever is perfect, whoever is without error, whoever never makes a mistake, whoever doesn't put their foot in their mouth on occasion, then you go ahead and put Mike Moynihan on blast. Because obviously you're worthy. But if you're not, then I say we should extend Mike Moynihan some grace. And Mike, I just wanted to thank you personally. Have loved your channel. You're one of the first tubers that I subscribe to, and I've always appreciated your channel. And I wish you nothing but the best going forward in your new bench clear endeavors. And thank you. Okay, so I'm going to try to move through this fairly quickly. I'm pretty sure Mike is exhausted from watching videos and keeping tally. So I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet for you, Brother Mike. Real quick, 3 criteria that I used that I think are important to me. The first one is the scope of their collection. I believe this is the one area that we're probably the most biased on. But I believe there's nothing wrong with that. We gravitate towards channels that have same collection interest as us, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just our human nature. The second is the time creating consistent content, and here's where I believe, Mike, perhaps we can 1 year, that's how you set it up, and that's the way it is. But for me, when I'm choosing a channel, I think 1 year is just not enough. I think even 2 years is not enough. I did make an exception for those who have only been creating videos for 2 years. If you impacted the hobby or the community in a special and unique way, I went ahead and voted for the 2-year channels. But even then, I'm thinking it has to be 2 to 3 on up to be a Hall of Famer. But that's just my opinion. And I respect your decision to only be 1 year. Lastly, content. I'm a big advocate of content because I appreciate, number one, I understand and know the work that it takes to make quality content. It has to, the research that it takes, the time that it takes, the editing and all of that to formulate a thought, an idea, to create something with some substance, to me is probably the most important criteria. So with that said, those are the 3 criteria that I went into this. Let's move along and show you my ballot. My first pick is Bart, the PSA car guy. 7 years making videos. He's a big-time collector of the 49ers, Jerry Rice, Hall of Famers, dabbles in baseball, has over 5,000 cards, guys, all in PSA slabs. Can you fathom the magnitude of this man's collection in PSA slabs. I'm a PSA set registry collector, Hall of Fame collector. This guy's right up my alley. Love the Bart PSA card guy. Long overdue. Next is because I'm Carlos. Carlos has been making videos for 6 years, specifically sports cards in the last 2 years. But he collects hockey and baseball. He's a big Juan Soto collector and a Mike Modano collector. He gives us weekly pickup videos. He has live interviews, and he comes on live every Sunday with some type of hangout or some type of guest that comes on with him for a great show. And what I really appreciate about Carlos, man, this channel's really been growing on me in the last 3 to 6 months, but he has an insight that I believe is a gifting that he has. He has a way of critiquing and analyzing the hobby and hobby happenings that is, I think, a head above the rest. He just has great insight and really knows what he's talking about. And that's how come I gravitate to that kind of thing. And I've learned a lot from Carlos. So he gets my vote. Next up, Bill, the Hall of Fame collector. Long overdue. Bill should have been in the Hall of Fame last year, but he's been making videos for 4 years. He collects cards and memorabilia with emphasis on autograph cards. I'm telling you guys, if you guys have not checked out this channel, do yourself a favor. This guy has the most amazing Hall of Fame collection autographs that I have ever seen. Mike, baseball collector, is right up there with him. I mean, but just the scope of the collection is just jaw-dropping. He's also gotten into Greg Maddux 90s inserts lately, which I really enjoy myself. Next up is going to be Bowman, 53. He's been collecting 2 years. Now, here's my first exception, okay? 2 years of consistent video to me is still not enough. You're a Hall of Famer. You got to give me more than 2 years. But he's completed a set, all in PSA slab, of the 1953 Bowman set. And he's done it one purchase at a time, and he's taken us along for the ride. It's been an absolute phenomenal watch to see this guy build this set. His videos are the highest quality there is in the community. I really wish Alex would give us some pointers, perhaps give us some videos on how we can improve our content, because he has something special in his storytelling, in his production quality that is just amazing. Next up, DB Tiller. He's been making videos for 6 years. He's a vintage PSA graded guy. He collects baseball, basketball, mainly of the GOATs, which is right up my alley. And he too has one phenomenal collection. Vintage Card Curator. He's been making videos 2 years. Here's another exception for me. He's only been making videos for 2 years, but he has left his fingerprint on the hobby and in the YouTube community. Therefore, I can make an exception for somebody who's been making videos for 2 years. But he's a vintage PSA graded guy, collects baseball, very thought-provoking content, lots of in-depth analysis that has really brought a lot of insight into the Slabgate scenario that we had last year. Just check his channel out. Next up, Tan Man Baseball Fan. This guy right here, I'll be honest with you guys, I look up to Tan Man quite a bit. He's been doing videos for 9 years, guys. Sports cards videos for 9 years. He's a big Jose Canseco collector. He's not a super collector. To me, he's the ultimate collector. He's had a chance to visit Jose Canseco's home. He's written a book, Confessions of a Baseball Card Addict. He's got an amazing website, which inspired me back in 2016 when I started mine. I was really looking up to Tan Man's website because it is just flat out awesome. He's very active in the community, very active on Twitter, And I would like to request that the YouTube Hall of Fame committee would consider Tan Man Baseball Fan for the A.R. Phelps 77 Lifetime Achievement Award. This guy has the credentials. He has a demeanor about him and a personality about him that is just very friendly, very outgoing, and just an overall great dude in the community. My last vote, and I only voted for 8 channels. Diamond Yard Sports Cards gets my 8th and final vote. He's been making videos for 3 years. He collects vintage baseball, but also dabbles in boxing and basketball, and basically collects the GOATs, which is right up my alley. PSA slabs of Hall of Famers. And he's got an amazing collection as well. You have got to check out this guy's stuff. Great personality, great voice, great collection, just great channel. That's going to be it, guys. Thank you, and congratulations to the winners and the nominees. If you were nominated, congratulations to you. And that's going to be all. Thanks.